All right. All right, man. Let's face the fire, man. Let's face the fire. Let's eat crow. Let's face the fire, man. Welcome to Run It Back Philly. After Sixers Knicks game 4, welcome. Thanks for being here. If you're a Sixers fan, if you're a Knicks fan, whoever you are, thanks for being here. Do me a favor before I give you all of my thoughts. Hit the like button one time. Close out the chat. Hit the like button. 416 people in here. Give me 416 likes. This is brought to you by BetUS.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.
Shout out to BetUS. Thank you for sponsoring the channel. And you know what? We're going to go over to BetUS. And now that the Sixers season is over, because it is, that's let's keep it a buck here. Sixers season is over. Let's call it what it is. We're going to bet on the Philadelphia Eagles in the futures. NFL futures on BetUS plus 1,600. $100 on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. There you go. Confirm. $100 on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. That's how much I hate the 76ers right now. Our only hope at anything fun and anything sports related that doesn't make us want to jump off a bridge is the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, okay? BetUS is giving 125% deposit bonus on your first 3 deposits using promo code JOIN125 and the link in my description. Thank you once again for BetUS sponsoring the channel. Go look at all of their NFL odds, NFL futures, and everything NFL related. Don't even look at basketball anymore because the Sixers are done. Thank you for sponsoring the channel, BetUS. 558 people in here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being active in the chat. Yes, I am drinking. I didn't drink all season long during games or during post-game lives. This is where the Sixers have taken me. This is where they have taken me, and it is what it is. The Philadelphia 76ers lose Game 4 to the New York Knicks in Philly to go down 3-1, headed back to New York. And let's call it what it is. The series is over, and the season is over. The Sixers fired Doc Rivers, hired a championship-winning coach, and didn't make it out of the first round. Only the Philadelphia 76ers could do that. Only the Philadelphia 76ers could fire their loser coach, hire a championship-winning coach, and do worse. Only the Sixers could do that. Only the Sixers could trade for the best three-point shooter in the NBA and him completely become one of the worst three-point shooters in the NBA. Only the Sixers could do that. Only the Sixers could have as much momentum as they had in Game 3, come into Game 4 and look really good for 95% of the game and completely collapse. And, I don't know. I don't really care what you want to point it at. I don't care what you want to say as far as this player's fault or that player's fault. Here's where we're going to start. Okay. And Joel Embiid, off a knee surgery, has Bell's palsy in his face, but he looked healthy in this game. He had bounce in this game. He looked healthy in this game. And at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, Joel Embiid had 1 point in the fourth quarter. And I don't care what you want to say about defensive strategy, double teams, triple teams. I know I've said all that. I've put it all out there. I've given the argument that it's hard for a center because it's easier to slow down a center with triple teams because he needs his guys on the perimeter to perform. But at the end of the day, Joel Embiid had 1 point in the fourth quarter. The Sixers lost the biggest game of the year, and Joel Embiid had 1 point in the fourth quarter. That is what happened. You could say all of the specifics that you want around that. That is what happened. I want to give credit to the New York Knicks for their absolutely smothering defense in the fourth quarter and their rebounding once again. The New York Knicks, they already play tough defense. They already play high-level defense. They already play very physical and communicate well and give 1,000% effort every defensive possession and never give up, by the way, retreating back out to three-point shooters and rotating out of double teams. They're the best of the best in the NBA. And I said that, bro. I said that when we beat the Miami Heat and we were so annoyed by that Eric Spoelstra zone. I showed the list of the best defenses in the NBA, and I said, guys, if you thought that Miami defense was annoying, it's not going to get any easier. This is why I didn't want to play the Knicks. I was saying it all year. You guys are talking. People were in the chat calling me a fraud. You guys are scared of the Knicks? Are you serious? You're scared. Do you watch ball? If you watched anything all season long, you should have been scared of the Knicks because this is what they do to teams. And they already play a high level defense, but in that fourth quarter, they took it up another notch. In that fourth quarter, they took it up another notch and they completely clamped everybody. Everybody. And defense gets more important in the postseason. And they don't say defense wins championships for no reason. And I'm telling you right now, if the Sixers don't pull a miraculous comeback and win this series and the Knicks win this series, I'm betting on the New York Knicks to come out of the East. I actually said that in the beginning of the year when somebody asked me if you couldn't pick the Sixers, who would you pick? I was like, I got the Knicks coming out of the East. Especially after the OG Anunoby trade. But yeah, they ramped up the defense. They took the defense to another level in the fourth, and they clamped everybody, bro. We had a shot clock violation in the fourth quarter because we could not get a shot off. We kicked down to Joel on the block, kicks it, swings it across the other side of the floor. They retreat fast enough to shut that off, swing it all the way around the perimeter. Nobody has an open shot. One of the possessions at the very end of the possession, same story, couldn't get a shot off. Joel Embiid gets a three-pointer blocked. I think that was the shot clock violation. They absolutely clamped us in the fourth quarter. And Joel Embiid choked at the end of the day. He didn't just choke in the entire fourth quarter overall. He choked in one of the final plays of the game. The Sixers were down 3 or down 4. I don't remember exactly. In a what was probably the final attempt for us to give ourselves a chance. You got to score and then foul. The New York Knicks gave Joel Embiid a wide open jump shot. They gave him a wide open jump shot and he didn't shoot it. He elected to try to drive in and threw up a wonky reverse layup that wasn't even close. He choked in a high pressure situation. Not only that, on the other end of the floor in those final seconds, if you get one more stop, we have a chance. Down to like 30 seconds, 45 seconds left, whatever it was. We needed a big possession, a big stop. This is what happened, guys. And this is what actually happened. And if anybody that's watching this back on replay who didn't watch the game and just like, yo, I tune into you when I don't get to watch the game, find out what happened. Listen, there's what happened. On one of the final possessions, one of the final nails in the coffin, the Sixers need a stop. They guard everybody on the floor except for Jalen Brunson. Yes, the Philadelphia 76ers did that. They left the best player on the team, one of the most lethal scorers in the entire league, who was cooking all night. They left Jalen Brunson. And he just shot a floater with nobody near him and put the dagger in us. It was they folded under pressure. In that situation, for some reason, they played it like the Knicks were going to run the clock out. So they just let everybody go, assuming they were going to run the clock out. And Brunson's like, oh, I could also just score again, right? And he puts in a floater. That's my initial take for what happened, okay? Take number 2. All season long, we're saying trade Tobias Harris, get him out of here. Once we realize a trade is not going to happen, we start saying bench Tobias Harris, get him out of here. Miami Heat play-in game. Must win. Actually, I wish you would have just lost that game so then you could beat the Bulls and then you could play the Boston Celtics in the first round instead of the damn New York Knicks. But Miami Heat play-in game. Last 5 minutes, Tobias Harris on the bench. Game 1, New York Knicks. Let me start over. Miami Heat playing game. Must win. Final 5 minutes. Tobias Harris on the bench. W. Game 1. New York Knicks. Final 5 minutes. Tobias Harris in the closing lineup. Loss. Game 2. Tobias Harris in the closing lineup. Loss. Game 3. Final 5 minutes. Tobias Harris on the bench. W. Are you seeing a pattern here? Game 4. Even more of a must win. What do you go with? Do you follow the pattern that was getting you wins or losses? Game 4. Must win. Final 5 minutes. Tobias Harris in the finishing lineup and a loss. Somebody explain it to me. I don't like the energy when he's out there. I don't like the aura that he brings to the team. He's out here getting blown by OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson, whoever else. He had some good defensive possessions, but he wasn't giving you anything on the offensive end. He's tiptoeing on the baseline like he's sneaking through somebody's house. I figured it out that the reason his dad referred to him as an assassin scorer is because he plays the game as if he's sneaking around to assassinate somebody. Like, I've never seen somebody attack the basket as timid as Tobias Harris. But there's that. And people were calling it all year. They were like the love for Tobias Harris is going to be the downfall of this team. And we saw Nick Nurse bench him for wins. We saw Nick Nurse bench him for wins. And for some reason, we are still in the situation where you're forced to play Tobias Harris for some reason. You're forced to play Tobias Harris for some reason. In 34 minutes, he gives you 10 points for $40 million a year. In 34 minutes, he gave you 10 points. I watched Ricky Council in a regular season game have 19 and 10 off the bench. I watched Ricky Council in a regular season game have 19 and 10 off the bench. Please, for the love of God, what is the obsession with playing Tobias Harris? This is the 5th entire year of my life that I'm asking this question. And I thought when you get into must-win situations, they would do the right thing. Okay, they're going to do it in a regular season. They're going to do this. They're going to play politics in the regular season. But when you get into must-win situations, right, they're not going to play politics. They're going to go with the more winning lineup. No. Still playing politics, still losing because of it. I'm not saying Tobias Harris is the main reason we lost this game. I already told you what the main reason is. But you have to have somebody else out there, bro. You have to. Cameron Payne gave us a spark again in the third quarter or beginning of the fourth, and then never saw the floor again. Cameron Payne, in less than half of Tobias Harris's minutes, scored half the points that he scored. But just a spark of energy and, a dog mentality and a swagger and a confidence that's infectious that can really, really help a team out. Didn't see the floor at the end. The guy that has the least confidence and swag and just baby energy is in the finishing lineup and the Sixers lose. What are the odds? I thought Tyrese Maxey fought hard. He was quiet for some parts of the game. He ended up 8 for 21, 23.6 rebounds, 6 assists. He had a lot of tough takes. He had a lot of tough finishes. He had a run in the third quarter that pushed an 8-point swing for us, where he got a tough floater, and he got a on the right side, he got a euro around Brunson and got fouled and finished through contact. He was playing through contact. He was hardly getting the calls because he doesn't get them. I wasn't upset with the officials really at all in this game. I thought they called it pretty much up and down on both sides. There was a little bit of you know, questionable activity in towards the end. You know, uh the Knicks got 4 calls in a row, man. We had to challenge an out of bounds call on Tyrese Maxey where his foot didn't touch the line, the ball didn't touch the line. The referee's looking right at the line. I don't know how you call it out of bounds. They called it out of bounds. We had to challenge that. We win the challenge. We couldn't get a defensive rebound to save our lives. That fourth quarter, every single shot that went up for the Knicks, we thought we had a good stop. They got an offensive rebound every single time. And when we finally got a defensive rebound, the refs called a loose ball foul. And in that fourth quarter, you know, Josh Hart got a touch foul on a turnaround fadeaway that was like a real Jalen Brunson or Joel Embiid call. But the Sixers had chances to win this game. It's not about those calls in the fourth quarter. They were up by 10 in the first half and blew that lead. They were up by 12 in the first half, actually. Blew that lead. Every time I thought there was a chance for them to extend it to 20 and have a comfortable lead and maybe put the game away, they choked every time. They were up by 12 in the first, going into the second quarter, I think. Thought they had a chance to build a substantial lead and really put the Knicks away and really dominate the game, and they just choked. Joel Embiid, every time he left the floor, we folded, you know, and it's decision making and it's communication and things like that. Like the first time Joel Embiid went to the bench, I saw Tobias Harris ISO. I saw swinging the ball around the floor for a Nicholas Batum pump fake and drive. And I said to myself, why isn't Maxey on the floor? And then I looked at the screen and I was like, wait, Maxey is on the floor. Why the fuck are we running the ball through anybody not named Tyrese Maxey when Joel Embiid's on the bench? So both times Joel went to the bench, we choked. Our decision making was horrible. We ended up like it was just terrible. There was a play at the end where still a close game, time running down in the fourth quarter. Kelly Oubre brings the ball all the way from under the basket across half court and just shoots a three. There's no way that was in the playbook at all. We did so many stupid things in this game. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the Sixers can't rebound. And we got so many stops in the fourth quarter. And it actually got to the point where you felt like we were the ones on the other side of the rebound. Like the Knicks were automatically going to get an offensive board unless we did something miraculous. And to get out hustled that badly to where an offensive rebound starts to feel automatic, throw the whole thing in the trash. Crumble it up. Throw it in the trash. Last thing I want to say is the Embiidless minutes are terrible. And the rebounding numbers are terrible. Now, whose fault is that? It's not. You can talk about effort all you want. I thought Tobias Harris was playing hard in this game. I liked his effort. He just isn't good. Right? Nicholas Batum, 1 point in 21 minutes. I think there's two more things I want to say. Nick Nurse choked these playoffs away by being just as damn stubborn as Doc Rivers. By going into the playoffs and saying, here's my lineup. These are the guys I'm playing. I'm not changing it. and he didn't change it. The only change he made was getting Buddy Hield out of there and putting Cameron Payne in for game 3, and it worked. But to have guys like Ricky Council on the bench who was giving you energy in big moments of games in the regular season, to not see a minute in these playoffs when guys like Nicholas Batum and Tobias Harris are choking over and over and over again, blows my mind. To not see KJ Martin, who was playing big time defense in some big games in the regular season, who was giving you hard-nosed defense, who was giving you physicality, who was giving you the threat to cut back door and catch a lob, the exact physical hustle type of player that you would think you would try to put out there against the New York Knicks. Not a minute in these playoffs. Nick Nurse's lineup decisions in this playoff series were horrendous. And I don't care what anybody says about it. I think he's a great coach. I think he's a championship winning coach for a reason. But he has to have, I mean, look, let's call it what it is. He won in 2019, and that team was great. And I think he did a great job. But the team was stacked. When it comes to a team like this, where you might need to make some more specific personnel decisions from game to game, he didn't do it. He didn't get it done. Why do coaches do that? I can play all these guys in the regular season, but as soon as the playoffs start, I can only play 8 guys and that's it. And I'm not changing it. Why? I want to know. Last thing I want to say is the rebounding issue and the backup center issue, the Embiidless minutes and the rebounding issue is Daryl Morey's fault. What did Daryl Morey do in the offseason? Somebody tell me. He tried to suck up to James Harden for 3 months, begging him to come back. Please, James, come back. Please, James, just come back. I'm not going to sign any players. I'm not going to make any moves until you come back. I got a hand-painted portrait of you in the entrance to my house. My wife thinks I'm a weirdo, but I won't take it down, James. I love you. Come back. That's what he did all summer. Then he woke up from his 3-month nap and he said, "Oh shit, I got to do some stuff. All the fans are mad. I got to do some things." And he signed Mo Bamba, Montrezl Harrell, who thank God tore his ACL before the season started. Last minute Kelly Oubre. That's really it. That's what you did. That's your offseason. Then you had to panic trade James Harden. I don't even think Daryl Morey's the one that did it. I think Josh Harris did it because he was like, "What the freak are you doing, bro? Get this guy out of here. Let's go. Let's move on." So the owner overstepped you and traded your boyfriend after you wasted the whole summer begging for him to come back instead of fixing the team. And then at the trade deadline, you once again refused to turn Tobias Harris into anything. Free cap space, something else. I don't know. So there it is. There's my takes. I don't want to be up here for long because I hate this. And I want to go think about other things and forget about this stupid team. Okay? Let's read some super chats, and then I'm going to enjoy my Sunday. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to read the super chats, then I'm just going to go enjoy my Sunday. I apologize to anybody that wants to call in, but what are we really going to say? The same thing I just said. Tobias Harris sucks. Joel Embiid choked in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? Low Boy Blue, is it time to trade Embiid and fire Morey? Well, Morey has some kind of immunity. They already extended him anyway. Josh Harris is not trading. There is not firing Daryl Morey. And I would be shocked if 30-year-old Joel Embiid with one knee and half of a functioning face has trade value. You could trade him to a team that hasn't sold a ticket for 10 years, probably, and sell that up, but I don't know. Blaming Embiid isn't what we need to do. We put Paul Reed in and he stunk it up. JoJo couldn't get any rest. We got to get the useless players gone. I don't care. I don't care. Joel Embiid played the entire third and the entire fourth. He had 2 entire days off before that. Championship winning players perform in the fourth quarter in the playoffs. I don't care what you say about it. Championship winning players perform in the fourth quarter in the playoffs. Last year, Jason Tatum stunk it up for an entire series and then dropped 51 on us in a game 7. He doesn't have a championship, but I'm just saying. Biggest game of the year, fourth quarter, Joel Embiid, 1 point. I don't care what you want to say around that to try to make it sound better than it sounds. Championship winning players perform in the fourth quarter in big playoff games. And Joel Embiid did not do that. Play by play with JJ. I know we're in the heat of the moment, but I still believe in this team and I know I'm going to get roasted for it. 76ers did choke though. JJ, did you watch Joel's body language last year after they blew game 6? Did you watch the demoralizing body language in game 7? So after a heartbreaking loss like that, do you think the Sixers are going into New York down 3-1 and getting a W? I'm out. I don't believe it anymore. I'm not gonna try to hype it up and have some kind of rah-rah and we're still in it. I'm not doing that anymore. I'll believe it if it happens. I'm not doing it anymore. I love how you all cry. Keep playing dirty. You're soft. Sean, oh, wow. Not only do Knicks fans not have Knicks content creators to go listen to pay money to troll is just the bottom of the barrel behavior. Paying money to troll. Bottom of the barrel behavior, man. Anthony Lewis, takeaways 1 Harris over Batum and Reed. Takeaways 1 Harris over Batum and Reed. Yeah. Again, I said, yeah, it's very questionable. We were talking about in game 1 and game 2, the possibility of a Joel Embiid, Paul Reed lineup to help the fact that we can't get a damn rebound. And he never did it. And it happened in game 1 and 2. It happened in game 3, but we survived. And in game 4, we got our asses kicked on the boards again. Offensive rebound, offensive rebound, offensive rebound, offensive rebound, offensive rebound, offensive rebound, every possession. And he didn't put players in there to try to counter that. Would have been nice to see him at least try something different, right? YMC Enterprises, thanks for super chat. Joel Embiid with 1 point in the fourth period. DJ, thanks for channel allowing us Sixers fans a place to decompress. Hit that like button. Yeah, you know what? 1,246 people in here. Do me a favor. Just one time, close out the chat and hit the like button. Give me 1,000 likes, man. We rocked out all season. Every game, we were right here. And it's going to continue. And the channel's growing like crazy. And thank you all for the support. We still got a game in 2 days, but Damus, Hart, and OG combined for 31 rebounds today. That's unbelievable. And dude, this is what I mean about building a roster. Intelligent basketball people know that you need Josh Harts and OG Anunobys on your team. Daryl Morey, I'm gonna keep Tobias. I'm not gonna overbid for OG at the trade deadline. I'm gonna sign Mo Bamba for no reason. Uh, all right, let's go over to Twitter and see some internet reactions. See some internet reactions on Twitter. See the fan base melting down, and then I'm up out of here. Let's see what we got here. Joel Embiid just logged the 11th postseason loss of his career, in which he finished with a positive plus minus. Shut up. Call it coping or whatever all you want is. I still think we're winning this series. I'm not going to give up and pout like a little baby. Every single game has come down to the wire. Series ain't over till it's over. It's over, bro. The bad news, the Sixers season is likely over. The good news, they could have roughly $65 million in cap space this summer, and a ton of other teams will likely be eyeing major shakeups after their own disappointing playoff runs. Time to make good on that. I don't give a shit about the cap space. Cool, bro. Daryl Morey doesn't know how to build a roster. So what are we talking about, bro? Dude, Daryl Morey traded for James Harden and tried to build the 2015 Rockets. That's this guy. This guy's delusional, bro. This guy's absolutely delusional. Daryl Morey is. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. All he's ever done in his career is trade for James Harden. That's all he's ever done. His whole claim to fame is trading for James Harden and then going to Philly and trading for James Harden again. That's all this guy ever did. And then listening to James Harden overpaying PJ Tucker at 37 years old. Signing Daniel House Jr., who looks like Danny Brown and probably is as bad at basketball as Danny Brown. Let's read Phyllis Sixers Galaxy, see some takes here that'll make us maybe feel a little bit better. The Sixers were 9 for 33 from three-point range. Game 6 against the Celtics last year, they were 8 for 34. Tyrese Maxey in his post game, when adversity hits, we know how to bounce back from it. I think we feel that we're very capable of winning 3 games in a row. You got to, I mean, I expect the players to believe that, and I expect the players to say things like that. But Nick Nurse on Joel Embiid playing the entire second half. He was feeling good and wanted to go. You got to give him that. You needed him out there. That's all. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, man. You guys got anything else, bro? DVW, long time no see. DJ, I've put my tinfoil hat on and say Josh Harris, as a Commanders fan, wants the Philly fans to suffer. That's all I got. Shout out to you for that, man. Thanks for the super chat. We'll be in New York on Tuesday with a trash can costume and Tobias face. I mean, I don't think Tobias did anything out of the ordinary. I don't think Tobias Harris is like the reason we lost the game. I guess, yeah, he is. I wish Nurse would have went with a different lineup. I can't figure out the obsession with Tobias Harris being in the finishing lineup. The guy, he's the least physical player on the team. The Knicks are out rebounding you by a million. They're beating you up. They're pushing you out of the lane, and you're playing a guy that's going to get bullied. You're playing a guy that can't get a rebound when it really matters, Tobias Harris. And you have him in the finishing lineup again, and you lose because of rebounding again. What are the odds? What are the odds? That's all I got, man. Brunson sucks, says Jamie Slag. That what? Brunson fucking absolutely shredded us the entire game. tough shot after tough shot after tough shot after tough shot. I love you guys, man. We got one more game in New York, down 3-1. I don't feel great about it. I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks for all the support. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Sunday and not think about this stupid basketball team. All right? Y'all do the same, man.